All right, my friends, Brian here with VetteSource, back again where we are continuing to diagnose the fuel system on our low mileage abandoned 1993 40th anniversary, where with just a very small amount of effort we were able to figure out, once I pulled the cover off this rail and moved this, see that shooting fuel? That's not supposed to happen. Oh, on my camera too. That is not supposed to happen. So we will look and see. That one's not doing it, but good Lord. Oh yeah, this one is leaking too. I would be willing to bet these are not even the right size injectors for this application. So what I'm going to do is go ahead. Let's pull this rail up, take these things out real quick, because this is literally about it keeping us from running this car. So these might have been more or less the generic fuel injectors you get off eBay, the $99 specials. So I've never personally utilized these, but I'm wondering if it was an issue of fitment or if the O-ring size used was not correct. But let's take a look together and see what we're working with, because we are very close to being able to use this car. Not use it, at least have it moving under its own power, I should say. Because, all right. Because with such low miles, even with sitting for a while, it should be able to be brought back online fairly quickly. It's not too stressful an event. Let's go ahead and put these where I will not lose them. And then let's see if this will just... okay. They didn't bother to put the retainers in. Okay. Look guys, I try not to laugh at other individuals' misfortune when it comes to working on a car, because I do greatly understand it is a skill level that even in your advanced years like I am, you still are learning things. But for the love of God, man, follow basic instructions so that you don't burn down whatever it is you're working on. This is just plain silliness here. And in fact, what I'm doing here is just taking the connector harnesses off of it, fuel injector connector harnesses off of it, because there's absolutely no reason to keep these in here. Come on. There we go. Got one last one over here. Come on, baby. Work with me. There we go. See what we're working with here. Okay. All right. And it's a mess. Okay. Well, now we know why this was not ready for prime time. There's another set of clips that are supposed to go up here, and they did not reinstall them. You may remember this from when I did the fuel rail reinstallation or swap out on our 8.1 engine that's about to go on our Yukon over there, that we did this kind of thing with the clips that fit in here and keep these from moving. So the pressure on these is just enough to make these move, as they were leaking everywhere. So what I'm going to do for today is we're just going to pull these little junky guys out of here, and then we're going to go grab my spare set of fuel injectors from another 93 motor that I have in storage, and we're gonna put those in there, just at least so we can get this started. Now again, you may have noticed how ridiculously easy it was to get the fuel rail off on this LT1. That's one excellent thing about LT1s that makes it nice, and this thing is just flat filthy right now. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grab all that stuff and reconvene here when I have all the appropriate tools in the right spot, because this one is nasty. It's got junk all down in there from sitting. Probably there's some rodent habitation in there, but you can even see how clean the edge of that aluminum head is right there. But anyway, this will get us started. This was an easy diagnosis. Now we just got to get our appropriate tools back in place, clean it up, and we'll be back in business. So I'll be back in just a few to keep going here. Okay, we are back now with our spare fuel rail and fuel injectors, with our other injector rail out of the way, disconnected here. This is simply just one of those quick disconnect fuel lines. Of course, your main line and your return line here. What we're going to do right now is go ahead and put this new rail or other spare rail in here. Just a little bit of Dawn in these holes, so we don't have any issues with getting this thing together, or a pinched O-ring, which is never any fun, because then we'll be right back to leaking again. All right, so we got that in there. Get that out of the way. And again, this installation is literally just as easy as the removal was. So we're just going to get inside here, get my arm out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. Get this right there. Got the injectors there. Injectors here. Injectors here. Push down. Push down. Push down. And push down. And man, guys, that's as easy as it is. Make sure that we get our back harnesses here in the correct position. I think those go over, but we will see. Compare it to one of our other cars later. Go ahead and put these on. Clip these in. And just so you know, these are the clips that the gentleman left off of this before when he replaced it with the cheapy injectors. And that's why it was spewing fuel all over the place. So this should actually work with us quite a bit better. Now, interesting little trivia here. You see that, you might see Made in USA, AC Rochester. AC Rochester has been making fuel injection and carburation systems for General Motors for God knows how many years, since the 50s at least, maybe earlier. I'm not familiar with how far back they go, but they were the ones that had the mechanical fuel injection on the 57 Corvette and some of the 57 Chevys back there from that era. So lots of cool stuff car related. That's way loose. All right. One thing about this being a low mileage motor is that the fasteners and fittings are not real difficult to get to, or they're not taking or resistance with threading in from dirty bolt holes. So we are in good shape there. This one has a little bit of resistance, so we'll go ahead and save my fingers. Okay, not gorilla torque, really, not needed. In fact, I'd be willing to bet these have probably got about 20 to 30 foot-pounds on them. And if you're asking why I'm not using my torque wrench, it's just I can pretty much tell from years of doing this where the right spot is. Not exact, but we're going to be pulling this back off again shortly anyway. What we're doing here is just continuing are proof of life. Now these are really simple to get on, a pain in the butt to get off. These just, well, I say that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, and that one goes there. Well, of course, as soon as I say that, they don't want to go on there. Figures. They should just click right on here. Not sure why they won't, but I'm going to get them as far as I can, get my tool out, finish those up, and then we're going to charge this battery and then attempt to fire this bad boy up. So hang around, I'll be right back to finish up this job. Okay, so we're sitting here in the 40th anniversary car. Let's see what it'll do for us if we get any action with it. So we got, that's a battery charger working there, so let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. I have oil pressure. My cluster's still not behaving correctly, but that's all right. There's our headlights are up. I'm gonna turn the battery charger off. Oops. Let's just see what it does. Wow. Okay. Little whistling there. Needs to burn out some stuff. And maybe running rough just because those fuel injectors have not been used in a long while. But again, these are just proof of life injectors, really, if you will. I'm checking to see if I feel them clicking internally. I can hear them. Let's see what we got. We got no smoke coming out of the exhaust, but he's definitely not running that good. Actually, I can smell bad fuel, but I don't have. I got my ASR lights are on and ABS, which is fine. I do not have a check engine light, which is cool. I'm producing volts with the alternator, which is cool. She's still not running that good though, but not bad for sitting abandoned in front of a place for a while. Let's see. I don't think that works. No, that does not work. Not sure if our cluster will behave. This may actually just be the cluster that's acting up. She's not happy. I've got oil pressure. Yeah, it may be either the definitely not running right, and it actually probably, I'd be willing to take a little bet it could just be the fuel injectors that I use, because those have been sitting on that engine for quite a while. As you can hear, it's not hitting on all cylinders. Or it could be OptiSpark. It's burning off quite a bit of nastiness right now. But so we've got it running. Now we've got to troubleshoot from here and see what we come up with. That's definitely not right. That's not working right. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Huh, okay. Alright, well that's going to wrap up this segment here, guys, and I'll be back later. Next segment will probably be troubleshooting and see what we got going on. Like I said, it may just be something as simple as our fuel injectors are not behaving. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon. Catch up with you then.